Namo Sakya Muni Buddha. Dear Venerable Sangha, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, you are invited to join us in this weekly Buddhist Newsreel on Phật sự online channel. Hereafter, 7 major headlines of Buddhist activities of the week. THIEN-HUE announcement ceremony on decision and induction of personnel for Dharma Evangelism section, tenure 2022-2027. Hanoi scientific seminar on Patriarch Như Trừng Lân Giác and MOUNTAINOUS INTER-SECT in the history of Vietnamese Buddhism. TIEN Giang enthronement ceremony to give pedagogical certificates of clerical preachers and graduates of courses in 2023. Đồng Nai, 1,000 Zen students attend Vipassana meditation course in early 2023 at Phước Sơn Zen Monastery. Long An, charity team of doctors performs health examination and free supplements of Oriental medicines for the poor in Tân Lập commune. Ho Chi Minh City, consecrated commemoration of Buddha's ordination at Giác Ngộ Pagoda. Lâm Đồng, offering of 1,000 portions, wheelchairs, crutches to the poor and disabled people in the locality. The following are the news in details. On the morning of February 25, 2023, the Central Dharma Evangelism section, in coordination with THIEN-HUE Provincial Buddhist Administrative Board, held a ceremony to announce the decision and induction of personnel of Dharma Evangelism section of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha under the 9th tenure 2022-2027 at Từ Đàm Patriarchal Temple in Hue City.
In his opening remarks, Most Venerable Thích Bảo Nghiêm, head of the Dharma Evangelism section, head of the organizing board, emphasized, in the 2017-2022 term, the Dharma Evangelism section has shown a spirit of solidarity, achieved many monastic affairs, and successfully completed the task assigned by the Sangha. The Most Venerable affirmed that spreading the Dharma was the leading spearhead work of the Sangha and the sacred duty of the monks and nuns. In the new term 2022-2027, the Dharma Evangelism Board needs to find an effective strategy to propagate the Dharma, bring religion into life, be suitable for the era of 4.0 industry. Reporting on the performance of the last tenure, Venerable Thích Minh Nhẫn, Vice Chairman cum Chief Secretary, said that the Dharma Evangelism Board gained many important Buddhist achievements, including the positive contribution of the application of 4.0 industry to propagate the Dharma during the quarantine of COVID-19 pandemic. Its subsections also had many Buddhist activities of practical significance and relevance. At the ceremony, the Venerable also mentioned 12 goals of the Dharma Evangelism section to implement the plans of Buddhist activities in the new tenure. Next in the program, Venerable Thích Phước Nguyên, Vice General Secretary of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha Administrative Council, Head of Office 2, rectified the decision to approve the composition of personnel of the Central Dharma Evangelism Board for the term 2022-2027, including 98 members and 10 affiliated subsections, led by Most Venerable Thích Bảo Nghiêm as chairman. Mr. Vũ Chiến Thắng, Deputy Minister of Home Affairs, highly appreciated the Buddhist achievements of the Dharma Evangelism Board, especially the application of information technology in preaching. And Mr. Nguyễn Thanh Bình, Standing Vice Chairman of the Provincial People's Committee, also congratulated the venerables of the Dharma's Evangelism Board for propagation of Dharma and the subsection for the 9th tenure. In his words of reverence, the Elder Most Venerable Thích Thiện Nhân, Chairman of the Administrative Council, Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, reiterated the importance of propagating the Dharma and praising the venerables for their efforts, innovation, and creativity in propaganda. The most venerable appreciated 12 thrusts in the direction of activities of the board for the new tenure. The most venerable also suggested to the Dharma Evangelism Board the items to be done in the new term in order to spread the light of the Buddha's teachings to people from all walks of life. Most Venerable Thích Bảo Nghiêm and the Venerable Honorifics of the Dharma Evangelism Board vowed to follow the teachings of the Most Venerable Chairman.
In order to study and clarify the background of the Patriarch Như Trừng Lân Giác, his contributions to Vietnamese Buddhism, and to study the historical and cultural values of the Liên Phái Mountain INTER-SECT, Liên Phái Pagoda collaborated with the Institute of Religious Studies and the Vietnam Buddhist Studies Substitute in Hanoi to organize a scientific seminar on the morning of March 1st, 2023, with the participation of a large number of monks, researchers, delegates, and Buddhist laities.
There were 41 presentations by scholars, monks, nuns, lay Buddhists, scientists, and researchers submitted to the seminar organizing board, and the presentations were classified into many topics, such as life and career path, historical and cultural values of Liên Phái Pagoda, and the Liên Phái Mountain INTER-SECT itself. Zen Master Như Trừng Lân Giác was born in 1696 and died in 1733, being the 37th generation of the Lâm-Tế sect. In the process of ordination and practice, the life of Patriarch Như Trừng Lân Giác was not long, but the legacies left by the ancestor were enormous. The legacies are not only the temples he built, the disciples he trained, and the Buddhist works, but also the formation of a Buddhist mountain discipline that has existed for over 300 years, with many contributions to the Dharma in the nation. The seminar ended successfully with great meanings. The seminar is not only the opening of a research clue, a forum to update information more fully about the contribution of Patriarch Như Trừng Lân Giác, but also a place to create an open forum, creating opportunities to connect the researchers, state management agencies on religion, and Buddhist monks across the country to continue discussing issues related to Buddhism in Vietnam.
On the morning of March 1st, 2023, at Vĩnh Tràng Patriarchal Temple in Tiền Giang Province, the Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board held an enthronement ceremony to give the pedagogical certificates of clerical preachers to the venerable monks and nuns in the province. At the same time, organized the graduation of Senior Abbot Class 1st, 2020-2022, and the College of Buddhist Studies Course 4, 2020-2022.
In the opening speech, Venerable Thích Quảng Lộc, head of the Tiền Giang Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board, stated the meaning of the ceremony and emphasized that it was a memorable turning point for the monks and nuns who completed the advanced diploma in abbot duties, the first course and the Buddhist college class to study the fourth course to continue practicing the Buddha's teachings, enhancing the Buddha's virtues. At the ceremony, Venerable Thích Phước Nguyên, Vice General Secretary and Head of Office 2 of the Central Board, approved the decision and coordinated the ceremony of conferring ordained preachers. On behalf of the Tiền Giang Provincial Buddhist Parochial Board, Venerable Thích Quảng Lộc also presented a golden chime gong to congratulate the honorifics who were ordained as preachers this time. On this occasion, the Buddhist Standing Section of Tiền Giang Province and the Studies Board Provincial Buddhist Secondary School jointly organized the awarding of the Certificate of Graduation from the Senior Class Abbot, Course 1, and the awarding of graduation diplomas to the monks and nuns of the college class. Buddhist Course 4, who had just completed a 2-year course in the province. In his blessing words, Most Venerable Thích Nhân praised the efforts in the religious life and recognized the practical contributions to the Dharma and the society of the Buddhist monks of Tiền Giang Province. The Most Venerable said that the honorifics who had just been consecrated by the 9th Congress were worthy to be genuine monks of the Tathagata, accomplishing the threefold patrician, virtue, might, wisdom, becoming beautiful flowers in the Vietnamese Buddhist flower garden. The most venerable reminded the honored monks who were ordained as preachers tried to practice enlightenment, achieve Dharma study and Dharma practice, wholeheartedly serving humanity, then they would have the fragrance of virtue and merit that will last forever in the hearts of monks, nuns, and Buddhists.
With the consent of Most Venerable THIEN-HUE, Abbot of Phước Sơn Monastery, Biên Hòa City, the residential monks organized a weekend meditation course for Buddhist laity on the morning of February 26, 2023.
Most Venerable THIEN-HUE shared the Dharma sermon and reminded Buddhists to respect the Buddha, respect the Sangha, and each person must make efforts to practice being a Buddha. The Buddhist followers who have the desire to practice and become a Buddha will take this very precious time to experience sitting in meditation, listening to the Dharma, contemplating and gradually applying the teachings of the Buddha in order to benefit themselves and others. The meditator is the main soul of the course. Normally, people come to the temple to worship and pray a lot, but few people listen to the monks preaching the Dharma. Less are the listeners who understand the teachings, and even less are those who understand and practice. This is the meditation practice, quiet mind, majestic silence of a saint. We wish the yogis the best results. The abbot led the circumambulation to guide students to practice walking along the perimeter of Phước Sơn Monastery.
On the February 23rd, 2023, the volunteer group of doctors, led by traditional medicine Dr. Phan Văn Minh, coordinated with Long Thành Pagoda to organize free medical examination and supply of traditional medicine for 250 poor and disadvantaged people in Tân Lập Commune, Tân Thành District, Long An Province.
People who come to the doctor's clinic camp had their blood pressure measured, pulse, menstrual period measured, and disease diagnosed. Each person was given a portion of traditional Oriental medicine with over 100,000 Vietnamese dong. The doctors were also dedicated to counseling about the communicative diseases for the people. The total cost of medical examination and treatment and distribution of traditional medicine for this period is over 25 million Vietnam dong, which is raised by nun Thích Nữ Liên Hiền, supported by the sponsors. On behalf of the local authority, Mr. Trần Hùng Cường conveyed his deep gratitude to the doctors who care and help the poor and disadvantaged people in the commune to access healthcare services and to repel the diseases.
On the evening of February 27th, 2023, at Giác Ngộ Pagoda, Ho Chi Minh City, a ceremony to commemorate the Buddha's ordination took place with the participants of the Sangha and more than 400 Buddhist laities.
The program started with performances by the choir of Giác Ngộ Pagoda. The music composed by the abbot about the life of the Blessed One was played with many special emotions in this ceremony. Venerable Thích Nhật Từ, the abbot, had a Dharma talk on the topic Buddha's monastic journey and life-saving. It is a sacred journey with a noble idea of the Buddha on the way to find the path to enlightenment and liberation. On this occasion, Venerable Thích Nhật Từ also reminded that each Buddhist tribe should really understand the life and teachings of the Buddha to avoid any misunderstandings. Following the program, the Sangha and more than 400 Buddhist ladies recited the sutra about the Buddha's life to make offerings to the three jewels. The ceremony ended after the lanterns were lit up from the Great Bell Tower on the night of remembrance. The light has warmed and enlightened the way for Buddhist ladies to follow the example of the Omniscient One to advance on the path of learning.
During a business trip to Lâm Đồng Province, Venerable Thích Quang Hùng, Abbot of Pháp Tạng Pagoda, Ho Chi Minh City, cooperated with the Association of the Protection of People with Disabilities in District Đơn Dương, Di Linh, Lâm Hà, Đà Lạt City, Bảo Lộc City, and the orphanage presented 1,000 gifts, including wheelchairs and elbow crutches, with a total value of more than 1 billion Vietnam dong.
At Giác Hải Pagoda in Đơn Dương District, the delegation cooperated with Venerable Thích abbot of the pagoda, to donate 15 wheelchairs, 10 pairs of elbow crutches, and more than 300 gifts of necessities and cash to support the ethnic and disabled people in difficult circumstances in the town on the morning of February 26, 2023. Each gift is worth 600,000 Vietnam dong. Venerable Thích Hùng sent his gratitude to Mr. Trần Mạnh Thu, chairman of the Association for the Protection of People with Disabilities in Lâm Đồng Province, and Venerable Thích who had created all favorable conditions for the group to give gifts of gratitude on the occasion of the New Year. The Venerable also thanked the sponsors and benefactors who accompanied the delegation on this charity trip. On behalf of Lâm Đồng Provincial Sponsoring Association for People with Disabilities, Mr. Trần Mạnh Hùng also thanks Venerable Thích Hùng and Venerable Thích and other benefactors with responsibility and good humanitarian spirit through the Provincial Association for the Protection of People with Disabilities, who had coordinated in the activities to help people with disabilities and orphans in need.
Venerable monks and nuns, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, the last news has signed off this weekly newsreel. Thank you for your attention and following. Goodbye and see you in the next program on PSO TV channel. Nam Mô Sakya Muni Buddha.